Now at 10, the Tooele community coming together after a 14-year-old drowns after falling through ice. We're talking to people who knew Jaden Davis and what they're remembering most about him. Plus, former Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah starting her federal prison sentence today, the exclusive video of her arrival, and
I want each and every one of those police officers to be able to look me in the face.
The 5 former Memphis police officers charged in the violent arrest and death of Tyree Nichols appearing in court this morning.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC 4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to ABC 4 News at 10. I'm Glenn Mills.
And I'm Emily Flores. We thank you for joining us here tonight. Remembering a teen whose life was cut short after he fell through the ice earlier this week. Now, it happened Monday night at Settlement Canyon Reservoir in Tooele County. ABC 4's Courtney Johns joining us live from Tooele High School with more on how the community is remembering 14-year-old Jaden Davis tonight. Courtney.
Yeah, hundreds are remembering him tonight, saying that he was an athlete, but more importantly, that Jaden was a respectful young man who was incredibly personable.
Anytime I see him interact with his parents, grandparents, or just anybody, he always greeted them with a smile and a hug, and he's so mature for his age. You know, he seemed like so much older to me than anyone else on his team, or even me, so I really loved him for that.
People say Caden was full of energy and curious about everything from Greek mythology to modern politics. The vigil was held between the gym and the football field because those were 2 places they say Jaden loved to be. Many of the people here say they played basketball or football with Jaden, everyone saying that he was a true team player and always put others before himself.
He made me feel important, really. He was my first best friend I've really ever had. And now he's gone.
Jaden's family also went out of their way to thank all of the agencies in Tooele who spent the whole night tirelessly looking for Jaden so that they could bring their son home after he fell through the ice. Jaden's funeral is set for tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live in Tooele, Courtney Johns, ABC 4 News.
Such a sad, sad story. Thank you, Courtney. Former Real Housewives Salt Lake City star Jen Shah starting her federal prison sentence today. She's being processed in Bryan, Texas, which is where she and her lawyers wanted her to go. Shah was sentenced to 6.5 years for orchestrating a decade-long scheme that targeted the elderly and vulnerable. Shah also ordered to pay more than $6 million in restitution to her victims.
And the Salt Lake City International Airport dealing with an increase in aircrafts coming in this weekend. A lot of that being private jets arriving for the NBA All-Star Game events. Airport officials saying there is a runway dedicated to parking some of those planes. The South Valley Regional Airport in West Jordan also expecting some additional private aircraft traffic.
Time now for a first look at the weather forecast as we finish up another work week.
Yes, and as this weekend begins, a big weekend for Utah, Alana.
An all-star weekend. It's going to be terrific as we head into our Saturday, and then we get some changes for Sunday. This is how we closed out today. Gorgeous sunset here. Thanks so much to Brian Whiteleather for sending it in. Really pretty shot from North Ogden. You can see those high, thin cirrus clouds out there. Oh, we know changes are right around the corner, but Saturday, our high pressure holds steady. That ridge really taking control. It's got a southwesterly flow, kind of increasing the cloud cover in the last few hours throughout the state. That will keep us from getting as cold as we were last night, but it's still pretty chilly out there, frigid in spots, especially in Logan, single digits with 20s along the Wasatch Front, 37 in St. George. So another chilly start to the day. We also know haze is building. It's out there tonight. We've watched how some of our counties along the Wasatch Front have moved into that moderate category. That includes Weber, Box Elder, Salt Lake, and now Utah County. Duchesne, unhealthy for sensitive groups with that elevated particulate matter that has been building. This is going to be an issue as we roll into our Saturday, but then changes by Sunday. I'll explain why and what to expect for your President's Day coming up in my full forecast. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
Thank you, Alana. The University of Utah's Black Cultural Center getting a $50,000 donation today, courtesy of an all-star partnership. Pepsi and former NBA star Jalen Rose in town for All-Star Weekend. and stopping by to drop off the check. Rose and the company leaders saying it's important to highlight the work done by institutions like the Black Cultural Center to support the next generation of leaders. For Rose, the chance to give back takes on personal importance.
I always felt like if I had the opportunity to give back that I would. And so I'm just living up to the commitment that I made, and it's up to me to try to not only uplift my community, but uplift my people as much as possible.
The donation, part of Pepsi's Racial Equality Journey investment. The program aims to invest $570 million over 5 years to address inequity, provide opportunity, and bring meaningful change to Black communities. The most attended event of All-Star Weekend opening its doors today.
Yeah, it's called NBA Crossover. ABC4's Rick Aaron brings us all the fans and, of course, all the fun.
It was tons of hoopla at the Salt Palace Convention Center. Lots of ballin' and shot callin' on day one of NBA Crossover, the All-Star Game Fan Fest. Crossover features dozens of interactive skills challenges, plus hoops-themed photo booths and player autograph sessions.
It's been awesome. Yeah, there's shooting events. We got things signed by Jared Vanderbilt. We're all wearing our Jazz jerseys. We try to go to a few games every year and see them up, but this is a little bit more up close.
Here, the 1993 arcade game NBA Jam sits right next to PlayStation 5's NBA 2K.
You know old school is going to always bring it home.
Oh no, it's all about the new school right now. We're going to take it home today.
How are you enjoying NBA Crossover?
I'm loving it right now. I'm loving the atmosphere. I'm loving connecting with people. I'm loving all the games that they have.
Crossover is a place where kids can get coached up by current NBA players and where even an out-of-shape middle-aged TV reporter can thunder down a slam dunk.
Yes!
Well, on a 7-foot rim. Or he can shoot for even higher goals, like a hoop 21 feet in the air.
Get money. Oh, almost. One more time. Keep it up. One more time. You got it. One more time, baby. Money, get money. All right, one more time. You got it. Let's get it. Let's get this money. All day.
It'll be more player appearances and musical performances Saturday and Sunday as NBA Crossover continues noon to 8 each day. Tickets are $40 for adults, $20 for kids 12 and under. Reporting at the Salt Palace Convention Center, Rick Aaron, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Rick Aaron. We always love seeing you. Coming up, Congress and the White House turning their focus to the war in Ukraine ahead of next week's one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion.
And 5 former Memphis police officers making their first court appearance today on murder and other charges in the arrest and death of Tyree Nichols.
Plus, this is what it looked like this morning in South Jordan. Our day started with pretty clear skies. Tonight, the clouds are out there, and we've got changes that we're tracking for your President's Day. What you need to know in Utah's most accurate forecast.